We want to get straight to meteorologist Gina DeVecchio. That flash flood warning we've been tracking all morning has now been extended through the day.
Yes. That was set to expire at what, 9:45
9:45, yeah. And as we expected that to be extended a couple of hours, but till 3:45 this afternoon, meaning this flooding is ongoing. Flash flooding mean that it is happening now, life-threatening flooding, and unfortunately we are seeing that unfolding with many of those rivers just filling up rapidly, and then also mudslides around the region as well. Now, another concern is down around the Dolan fire burn scars. That flash flood warning is until 10:30, but again, wouldn't be surprised if that is extended as well, as we are continuing to see rainfall across the area. Now, we do have one good news, and that is that we are seeing the radar taper off just a little bit. So heavier rainfall in the overnight. Now we're seeing a little less of that. We'll take a closer look at radar and what you can expect the rest of the day in just a few minutes.
All right, Gina, thanks. And due to the rising water levels, there are many evacuation orders across our area right now. That means there is an immediate threat to life.
Yeah, we're going to list them here on your screen. Orders are issued for the low-lying areas of the Big Sur River, effective immediately. They are also now in effect for the area of Arroyo Seco, as the Arroyo Seco River there, as well as the Pajaro community.
Evacuation orders also in place for low-lying areas of the Carmel River. Officials say if you are in an evacuation order zone, quickly and calmly evacuate. Also, check on your neighbors to make sure that they're aware of that alert as well.
In Santa Cruz County, new orders for the Corralitos Creek along Freedom Boulevard, as well as parts of Watsonville along the Pajaro River. Orders also issued for neighborhoods in Rio Del Mar and near Seacliff Drive.
Aptos Beach Flats is on that list as well, and these orders also include low-lying areas of Beth Drive, Gale Drive, and River Lane in Felton, and the Felton Grove neighborhood. Paradise Park also ordered to evacuate immediately and move to higher ground.
And more new orders have been issued for low-lying areas along Soquel Creek. This includes Soquel Village as well as the Soquel Wharf Road. Officials say the San Lorenzo River is at major flood stage and the Soquel River is at action stage. Santa Cruz County is letting people know about emergency shelters that are open right now. These are the ones in Santa Cruz County. You can see they're at the Santa Cruz County Fairgrounds, as well as Cabrillo College in Aptos.
We want to show you some images now from across the area. This is video from Corralitos. This is of the Corralitos Creek. This is in an apple orchard behind homes on Compton Terrace in Freedom. And that video taken around 8:30 this morning, just completely flooded there.
Major issues also on Highway 17. The California Highway Patrol sharing pictures. You don't see them here, but we do know that the southbound side of Highway 17, south of Glenwood Drive, is closed now. You can see that we just got pictures actually sent into our newsroom.
Yeah.
We'll work to get those attached, but you can see on Highway 17 there is a mudslide there that is blocking the southbound side. So parts of Highway 17 south at Glenwood closed.
New video just in here from photojournalist Juan Figueroa. This is flooding here. This is Highway 101 South. And you can just look at all that water there, just completely flooded. This is 101. We have had issues, we know, along 101. And we want to check in with Jacqueline on the rest of the roads. Certainly the most issues we've seen in quite some time on the roadways this morning.
And it's not just flooding, but we've got down trees across the roadways as well, Jacqueline.
That's right. We've got down trees, down power lines, and mudslides. So these are the things that if you are out on the roadways today that you're going to be likely to encounter. Here's a live look at Highway 17. This is right near the Laurel Curve. It looks like our camera paused, but traffic at a gridlock. It's just backed up because of the closure in the southbound direction right at Glenwood. Now on the northbound side, there is one lane that's open, but one lane remains closed right at Sugarloaf. So we are still tracking massive delays for drivers trying to go from Highway 1 up to 85. It's about a 37-minute trip. Typically, it's about a 22-minute ride. So give yourself some extra time. Please be careful and increase that distance between you and that car in front of you. If you see standing water, do not drive through that. Highway 9 closed in both directions due to a mudslide. This is between Glen Arbor and Holiday Lane. Also roadway flooding along Highway 1 right near River Street that has shut down the right lane there, as well as Highway 9 in Paradise Park. If you are making your way over towards Highway 129, that has been closed in both directions. This is between Rogie Lane and Highway 101 due to a slide, and quite a bit of roadway flooding along 101 right near Highway 25 and Highway 152 near Ferguson and Highway 25 near Shore Road. This has caused many cars to hydroplane, and we've seen quite a few crashes. Roadway flooding along Crazy Horse Canyon Road right at San Juan Grade, and we saw a big problem along this stretch last week. If you are making your way out of Gonzales, northbound 101, expect major delays like we saw in that video just a moment ago due to the right lane now completely flooded as you're making your way into Chular. So right now it's about a 42-minute drive from Alta Street up to Spence Road. Typically, that's a 10-minute drive. So this is definitely going to cost you some time. You will need to pack that patience, and please be safe out there. Some surface streets that remain closed due to some flooding. This is Old Stage Road between, Alisal Road between Old Stage Road and Spence Road, as well as Old Stage at Esperanza. We've got quite a bit of standing water on Highway 1 southbound as you're heading into Monterey. So please be on the lookout for that. That's in the two right lanes, and we've seen quite a few cars hydroplane through that stretch as well. That is a check your traffic. Let's get a check on the forecast now with Gina.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And we are seeing those flood watches, warnings, advisories, and most importantly, that flash flood warning in parts of our mountain communities, Santa Cruz County as well. But look at all that green on the map indicating those watches across the state. Areas of heavy rainfall have already passed by in the overnight. We've picked up the most rainfall it looks like that we are going to see, almost 10 inches in parts of the Santa Lucias since midnight. So those rain rates were very, very quick in the overnight, about an inch an hour. However, as I've looked at the last hour or so, you can see these totals have started to slow down a bit. So just in the last hour, we're only talking about a couple of hundredths here or there. So that's good news when it comes to those rivers. Unfortunately, the river water is continuing to flow, of course, downstream. So that's still going to lead to issues in many of those rivers. And then, of course, the streams are still rising in some areas. Close to 3 inches around Carmel, and then up in the mountains 4 to about 7 inches in many of those peaks. And then that is where we have that flash flood warning. This is around the Dolan Fire burn scar. That one goes until 10:30 this morning. I still expect some heavy rainfall in the next few hours though, so that may get extended. Then up in Santa Cruz County, we mentioned how that was extended from expiring about 20 minutes ago to now into the afternoon. So now we have that flash flood warning until 3:45 this afternoon, because those rivers are going to continue to fill up, and that is where it's a big concern. So in the mountains themselves, we're seeing some rock slides, mudslides, and then possibility of debris flow around any of those burn scars, and then of course that accumulating water as well. So flooding potential is going to be a threat all the way through the middle of the day. You can see those high rain chances until about 3 o'clock. They are going to lighten up a little bit, but we've already picked up so much rain pretty much everywhere that we are soaking wet, and that rain is going to have trouble finding its way where it needs to go, seeping into the ground or making its way to the ocean or into some of our reservoirs as well, which of course we need to keep in mind. That is good news. But this flooding right now is life-threatening in some areas. That's why we do have the severe weather event for today. You can see inches already accumulating in our valleys and coastal areas, leading to flooding, as Jacqueline showed you, on our roadways, even in our inland areas. Those 2 inches really making a difference, and we still could get more. Flash flood warning until 10:30 for those areas around the Dolan Fire burn scar, and then up around Santa Cruz County. That's until 3:45, a flash flood warning. Again, that is the most severe warning when it comes to flooding. It means rapid rising in water is happening as we speak. As we take a look at our radar, now keep in mind our local radar has not been working this morning, making it difficult to track, but looking at our totals, looking at that radar right now, we do see that that is coming to an end in the next couple of hours. We may still have some bursts of heavy rain into the afternoon, but for the most part, the rain threat is lightening up. We will have a break, but tomorrow I'm concerned for more periods of heavy rainfall. Showers again Wednesday morning, a break Thursday, then possibly more this weekend.
It just won't let up, Gina.
It won't.
Yeah.
I know. And unfortunately, all of that coming down at once in the last 6, 7 hours is really leading to those major issues.
And when you hear that the flood warning had been extended another several hours when it was supposed to expire at 9:45, now extended all the way to 3:45.
And we were anticipating maybe a few hours more, but all the way until
Especially
the middle of
for
the afternoon.
a flash flood, meaning that is continuing to quickly rise, that is a concern.
Well, Gina, appreciate it. This storm, of course, causing evacuations, flooding, power outages, and so much more. Just a few